So if you follow enough gurus, you follow enough programs, you see the ads on Facebook or social media, Instagram, you hear a lot of coaches and therapists or sort of mentors in my position say stuff like this. You don't need a niche. You don't need high prices. You don't need to be a full-time marketer. It's all about mindset. They're basically saying, stop what you're doing right now. You don't need to follow the logical things that grow every single business on this planet, whether it's a hypnotherapy business, NLP coaching, selling website business, okay? When you start hearing these statements, and I'm not a big fan of them, never have been, these coin statements that say, live through this, or, I'm a mentor, you should listen to me because I've got a big social media following, and to sell my program, all you need is this. But that same mentor who's saying these things are doing the things they're telling you not to do to sell that very program. So business, when it comes to, let's talk about hypnotherapy business, that's why you guys are here, is complete logic, okay? If somebody out there is saying you don't need a niche, you don't need higher prices, you don't need to do social media, look at the results of that. See what they're doing. I always tell my students as well, watch what your mentors are doing, not what they're saying, because they say one thing and they tend to do something else. So here's me on a Sunday morning at nearly 7 a.m. and I'm making videos for YouTube and social media. I batch them for the week. You would never, ever, 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 ever hear me say, don't make videos. Don't batch your videos. Don't use YouTube. It's all about mindset, okay? I'm doing the things that in reality, which is physics, inputs and outputs, create the desired result. And it's no different for a hypnotherapy business. So back in the day, when there wasn't as many hypnotherapists, there wasn't a lot of competition, especially when I started a hypnotherapy business. Yeah, you could probably get away with no niche. You get away with just being a generalist. You get away with having okay prices for a while. And then, the industry grew quite quickly and those things go out the window. But to this day, if you're thinking I can grow my hypnotherapy business without doing full-time marketing, you're kidding yourself, okay? Look at any business that wants to succeed. The more they show up on social media, which is where their clients are, the more exposure they have, the more people are going to see that person associate their name to their product and service. It doesn't happen inside your head. It doesn't happen sitting in front of another therapist doing an abundance block, audio or session or something like that, or healing your inner child. It doesn't happen there. You've got to look at business as reality. Life in general and the hypnotherapy business in general is just inputs and outputs. If my outputs is I want to make $10,000 a month, I've got to do enough social media to grow that thing. Now, a lot of people will argue with me saying it's all inside healing, it's all about the inner and stuff like that. And that's okay to say those things, but I also tell these people often, and I've got no problem saying it, if you live by these rules, look at the results. Show me your bank balance, show me your income, show me the success. It's all well and good to have these things that look good on paper and sound all deep and full of wisdom and stuff like that. But the raw reality is inputs and outputs. So if you're hearing these other coaches and mentors saying, stop, you don't need a niche, you don't need this, you don't need that, you don't need to do social media. How did you see that person talking about that stuff? They're on social media. Look at all your favorite gurus. They're on social media. They're doing a lot of the things they say don't do, but they're having to do those things in order to sell their program. And I noticed this. I noticed this big time in the industry when I was really struggling. I was looking at all the mentors. I was looking at all the personal development gurus. And while they're saying one thing, they're doing the complete opposite. So like I tell my students, I mentioned before, always watch what listen to what your mentors say, watch what they do, because that's way more important, okay? So do you need to do full-time marketing? Yes, because there's more full-time hypnotherapists trying to make it. Do you need to show up on social media every day? Yes, because every other hypnotherapist is trying to do the same as you. Do you need to have higher prices? Yes, because the average $50, $150, whatever it is, somewhere in those amounts, won't cut it because your time needs to be spent, 80% of your time that is, on the social media. So you can't afford to have low prices. Another idea is this whole thing of building a busy practice off low prices. It's not going to happen because what's crazy is the longer you spend with clients, the more clients you have at low prices, the less money you'll make. What makes you money long-term growth is the social media stuff you do right now. So we always tell our students, and it's crazy to see the ones that are earning the 10s, the 20, the 30, 40s, and 50 grand a month and above, they're only seeing a handful of clients per month, which is crazy. And they're in the same sort of niches as most people are, because where is their time spent? Their time's not spent on holidays or working by the pool, or, a lot of those Facebook ads will have you believe. They're on social media grinding 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And what's crazy is you get a lot of new hypnotherapists, a lot of new coaches that are just joining the industry. that'll watch their mentors full time, that'll watch thousands of social media videos about it. They follow their pages, they watch them all the time, they read their books, and they see how much their mentor is working, but they won't do the same because they believe it's something else that got their mentor to success. And it's no blame from that. It's probably the mentor who said it's all about mindset. Hey, come and join my program. So guys, my biggest piece of advice taken away from this little bit of a weird video, look at your business pure logic. Take out the emotions, inputs and outputs. If I want to make more money long-term, I'm going to have to show up more than everybody else, because if I don't, all it's going to take is someone who's willing to do those things in the same niche. They'll be seen more by potential clients. They'll have more exposure by more potential clients long-term. What does that equal? That therapist will get those clients. It's just inputs and output, guys. It's nothing else. And again, I'll leave you with that idea of watching what your mentor does, not what they say. So you do need a niche. You do need higher prices. You do need to stand out on social media. There is no way around it, guys.